Hey there, students. Today I'm diving into the fascinating world of India's political geography. Buckle up because we're about to explore the complex and diverse administrative structure of this incredible nation. First up, let's talk about India's administrative divisions. India is a federal union made up of 28 states and 8 union territories. Each state has its own government, legislature and administrative setup. On the other hand, the union territories are governed directly by the central government, although some of them do have their own legislatures. These states and territories are further divided into districts and smaller administrative units to ensure effective local governance. Now, let's zoom out and look at India's international borders. India shares its borders with several countries, starting with Pakistan. The Pakistan border stretches 3,323 kilometers along the western side, marked by the Radcliffe Line, and runs through states like Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next, there's China, with a 488-kilometer boundary defined by the disputed McMahon Line. This northern border affects states like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and the Union Territory of Ladakh. Then there's Bangladesh, sharing a 4,096-kilometer border with India. This eastern boundary touches West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram, featuring numerous enclaves and exclaves, some of which were swapped between the two countries recently. India also shares a 751-kilometer border with Nepal, touching states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and West Bengal. Bhutan shares a 699-kilometer border with India, affecting Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, and Arunachal Pradesh. The northeastern boundary with Myanmar stretches 1,643 kilometers, impacting Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, and Mizoram. And although India claims a 106-kilometer border with Afghanistan in the region of Gilgit-Baltistan, this area is currently under Pakistani administration. Moving on, let's explore some of India's disputed territories. Jammu and Kashmir stands out as a major point of contention between India and Pakistan, with both countries claiming the entire region. This ongoing conflict has led to multiple wars and continuous tension, with the Line of Control, LOC, acting as the de facto border. Aksai Chin is another disputed area, a high-altitude region administered by China but claimed by India as part of Ladakh. Additionally, there's Arunachal Pradesh, administered by India but claimed by China as part of South Tibet. And don't forget the Kalapani region, a disputed area between India and Nepal, with both countries claiming sovereignty. Finally, let's touch on India's internal political dynamics. Regional movements reflect India's diverse ethnic and linguistic makeup, with demands for statehood or autonomy like the Gorkhaland movement in West Bengal. Periodic delimitation exercises, which redraw parliamentary constituencies to reflect population changes, can shift political power balances and spark debates about representation and resources. And there are centre-state relations, where tensions sometimes arise over issues like resource distribution, administrative autonomy, and law enforcement powers. So there you have it, a brief overview of India's intricate political geography. First, let's roll back to 1947. When British India was partitioned, princely states had the choice to join either India or Pakistan. The Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir, Hari Singh, initially chose independence, but an invasion by Pakistani tribal militias forced his hand, and he signed the Instrument of Accession to India, triggering the First Indo-Pakistani War. Fast forward to 1949, a UN-mediated ceasefire established the Line of Control, or LOC, which still divides Kashmir between India and Pakistan. Now let's talk about Article 370. This article granted special autonomy to Jammu and Kashmir, allowing it to have its own constitution and autonomy over internal matters. In 1952, the Delhi Agreement between Indian Prime Minister Nehru and Kashmiri leader Sheikh Abdullah sought to define the state's relationship with India. But tensions arose, leading to Abdullah's dismissal and arrest in 1953. In 1975, the Indira Sheikh Accord allowed Sheikh Abdullah to return as chief minister, reaffirming the state's special status while integrating it more closely with India. But the military conflicts didn't stop. The region saw wars in 1947 to 48, 1965, 1971, and the Kargil War in 1999, where Pakistani soldiers and militants occupied Indian positions. Then there was the Siachen conflict from 1984 to 2003, with both nations maintaining a military presence on the glacier. In 2019, India revoked Article 370, stripping Jammu and Kashmir of its special status, and bifurcating it into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Pakistan strongly opposed this move, downgrading diplomatic ties and raising the issue in international forums. They observe Yom-e-Istisal annually on August 5th to protest against India's actions. Now, let's come to the recent crisis. In April 2025, a terrorist attack in Indian-administered Kashmir killed 27 people, prompting India to launch Operation Sindoor, targeting alleged terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan. Pakistan retaliated, claiming to have downed Indian fighter jets. The strikes resulted in civilian casualties on both sides, and both countries suspended diplomatic ties, trade, and even the Indus Waters Treaty. This has led to the worst fighting in over 2 decades. The international community, including the UN and the US, has expressed grave concerns, urging both nations to de-escalate. With both countries being nuclear-armed, the stakes couldn't be higher. So what's next? The future of Kashmir remains uncertain, with ongoing calls for dialogue and peace. The conflict continues to affect millions of lives, and the world watches with bated breath. Thanks for tuning in.
The Indus River. It's not just any river, it's a lifeline that flows through China, India, and Pakistan. So why does this river matter so much to these 3 countries? Let's break it down. First up, China. The Indus River originates in the Tibetan Plateau, which is under Chinese control. This high-altitude region plays a crucial role in feeding the river's flow. While China isn't as dependent on the Indus as India or Pakistan, its control over the source gives it a strategic upper hand. The river's headwaters are a piece in the broader puzzle of water politics, and China's actions upstream can impact water availability downstream. This is particularly crucial given the increasing water demands and the effects of climate change. Next, we move to India. The Indus River flows through the Indian-administered region of Jammu and Kashmir before entering Pakistan. This stretch is vital for India, particularly for its agricultural activities in the region. The 1960 Indus Waters Treaty between India and Pakistan allocates the water of the Indus and its tributaries, and this treaty has played a major role in preventing water conflicts between the 2 nations. However, with growing populations and the ever-present geopolitical tensions, the river's flow remains a point of contention. And finally, Pakistan. The Indus River is the lifeblood of Pakistan's economy. It runs through the heart of the country, supporting agriculture, which is a cornerstone of Pakistan's economy. The vast Indus Basin provides water for millions of hectares of farmland, making Pakistan one of the largest producers of cotton and wheat globally. Beyond agriculture, the river is also a key source of hydroelectric power, which is essential for Pakistan's energy needs. So, why does the Indus River matter to China, India, and Pakistan? It's not just water flowing through these lands, it's a source of life, a strategic asset, and a potential flashpoint. Climate change, population growth, and political tensions will continue to shape the river's future, and how these nations manage its waters will be crucial for regional stability. In a nutshell, the Indus River is a shared resource that requires careful management and cooperation. Its significance transcends borders, making it a vital artery for millions of people who depend on its waters every day.